Headlines today. Okay, let's turn to the other big story. It's been only a little over 24 hours since the new BJP-PDP government took oath in Jammu and Kashmir. Already signs of a serious division. First, it was Chief Minister Mufti Mohammad for Pakistan and militants. And now the BJP is upset after a PDP MLA demanded the return of Afzal Guru's mortal remains. If that was not enough, several BJP ministers claim a raw deal by PDP over coveted ministries. The controversy has already seen a walkout by the opposition in Parliament over Mufti Sayeed's remarks.
आज का ये जो है, मैं कभी कहता हूँ ये मुझे लोग पसंद करें, मैंने कहा नॉर्थ पोल साउथ पोल को मिलाना है.
So I think Mufti Sayeed needs to be a little bit more careful. North Pole and South Pole coming together will be disastrous for humanity and mankind.
That the BJP and PDP are unlikely allies was a known fact. But it's taken all of 24 hours for the stark ideological differences between the allies to take centre stage.
हुर्रियत है और मिलिटेंट है, खुदा न खास्ता अगर वो इसको कुछ करते, कुछ ऐसा काम करते, इतना चुनाव नहीं होता, लोगों का पार्टिसिपेशन नहीं होता.
हमारी सरकार और हमारा दल उनके इस स्टेटमेंट से अपने को पूरी तरह से डिसोसिएट करता है, मुझसे अलग करते हैं. मैं दो टूक कर दूं.
This comment created a furor in Parliament today, despite the government categorically disassociating from it.
आप गंभीरता से लेने नहीं दे रही किसी को, आरोप नहीं लगा रहे.
Mulayam said that he would settle for nothing less than a statement from the Prime Minister. And the Congress demanded a resolution condemning the statement before walking out in protest. But the father-daughter duo remained unfazed, even rationalized the comment, crediting Pakistan, Hurriyat and militants for peaceful elections in Jammu and Kashmir. Back in Jammu, there were rumblings on another front. The BJP central leadership is believed to have given a free hand to Mufti Sayeed to allocate portfolios that has the state BJP ministers seething. PDP sources are, however, playing the power struggle down, calling it teething trouble. But perhaps the most volatile confrontation is the one over Afzal Guru. PDP MLAs want his mortal remains to be handed over to them.
बुनियादी मांग है हमारी ये कि उनके बाकियात जो हैं उनको वापस मिलने चाहिए उनके घर वालों को.
The BJP, however, is not taking kindly to this demand, asking instead for action to be taken against MLAs described by them as traitors.
This is highly controversial and condemnable statement made by few of the PDP legislators.
After 3 controversies in the first 24 hours, it is very clear that there is a landmine at every turn in the BJP-PDP relationship. And every mic is an explosive device waiting to go off. With camera person Yogendra, this is Rahul Kamal in Jammu reporting for Headlines Today.
Okay, let's go straight across to Sambit Patra, national spokesperson of the BJP. Sambit Patra, it's less than 24 hours since, or just about 24 hours since that government was sworn in. Already every day you're facing one controversy after the other. Do you go along with that view that you actually put your foot on a potential landmine that could explode in your face?
I mean, in a way, you can say that might be we have put our foot in the wrong place, might be, because in politics, after all, ideologies do matter. And here are 2 political parties which have ideologies which are pole apart, yet they have come together to deliver on governance.
So you're admitting, admitting that you're facing a difficult time in working this coalition barely 24 hours after it came into being.
Rajdeep, on issues such important as the governance in a place like Jammu and Kashmir, I think more important than debate is patience and maturity. You have asked me a question, allow me to complete the whole sentence before you derive something out of it. And my sentence is, I mean, today, in fact, if you see globally, India's democracy would only be praised when 2 ideologically opposite parties come on a common platform of a minimum program, just to see to it that the mandate given by the people of Valley and Jammu are respected and people get delivery of governance. So I believe, well, yes, there may be teething problems as you are showing. That is only because of the fact that we are ideologically different.
So will you keep ideology apart? In your focus on governance, whether a PDP MLA calls for the mortal remains remains of Afzal Guru to be returned, or whether it is Mufti Saab's comments on the Hurriyat, you will keep all these issues apart because you just want to focus on governance. Is that what you're saying?
A very important issue in this, Rajdeep. I mean, since I heard Mr. Mufti making the statement yesterday and today about Afzal Guru, it's definitely very painful because we don't gel with such kind of statements. We stand against these statements, and we, in fact, as a party, as a government on the floor of Parliament, none other than the Home Minister made a contrary statement to what the Chief Minister has said. But for the larger benefit of the nation, for the larger benefit to see to it that the divide between the valley and Jammu, in fact, is bridged. We all have to be patient, we all have to be mature, Rajdeep, and you will agree to this. And that's the reason as to why, in spite of saying that I don't agree with the statement of Mr. Mufti, we have a contrary statement to it. And as far as Afzal Guru is concerned, we are not going to heed to any such statement made by any MLA of PDP. But yet I would say that for the people of Jammu and Kashmir, my statement would be no individual statement is more important than the fate of the people of Jammu and Kashmir.
So you will keep silent in the future. Whenever such statements are made, you are willing to show the political maturity to keep these statements, even though they may affect your so-called core ideology, it may hurt your constituency in Jammu, you will keep these statements out of the purview of governance. Am I to understand that the BJP is saying, just as you kept Ram Mandir out of your common minimum program in the 1990s when Vajpayee ji formed a government, you will now keep Article 370, talks with Kashmir, with Hurriyat, all these contentious issues out of your minimum program. Am I correct?
No, Rajdeep, you are not absolutely correct though. Remember, can Bharatiya Janata Party for a single minute forget its founder, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee? A big no. He is in our heart. He will continue to be in our heart.
You forgot him yesterday.
No.
I'm sorry, at the end of the day, in a way, you've decided core ideological issues, it's good. Maybe politics forces political parties to come to the center and avoid these so-called core ideological issues.
No.
It's a sign of maturity.
Rajdeep, you have to understand one thing. I mean, maturity is definitely the call of the day, but ideologies, no, we cannot compromise on them. We cannot compromise on 370, on ASPA or other issues, but definitely that's the reason as to why I have been saying since yesterday.
But you want to be in power. You don't want to compromise on the issues, you want to be in power. That's your dilemma.
No, we don't want to be in power. That's the wrong way of putting a sentence, which would mean we want to deliver governance to people of Jammu and Kashmir because this alliance is the only option. Tell me, you are a senior journalist. I mean, ask other political parties, was there any other option? With a party winning 28 seats in the valley. So it's a political necessity.
It's a political necessity that has forced you into an uncomfortable situation. That's the way
I would not say forced us into an uncomfortable situation. I would say, looking into the mandate that people of Jammu and Kashmir gave, it is our commitment towards governance that, well, yes, in spite of differing ideologies, we allow the common minimum program to occupy the driving seat. Neither BJP nor PDP occupies the driving seat, but for the larger benefit of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, let, for God's sake, the common minimum program speak.
Okay, we will let that common minimum program speak. We will see how long this patience that you've shown and maturity, some would say, that you've shown actually lasts. Appreciate Sambit Patra, you joining us here on the news today at 9.